Good afternoon. We're going to change up the meeting a little bit today. We're going to swear in our new police chief, Chief David Zablowski, and his wife Sue is here today. And so what we first have to do is a presentation of the colors, and we'll then do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we have a swearing-in ceremony for the new chief. So if we'd all rise, please. Arms. Arms. Ready? Fix. Forward. I invite you to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. Prior to swearing in our newest police chief, I think it's probably important that we provide some background information on our next chief. David Zablowski served as the chief in Beloit, Wisconsin from June 16th, 2015 until accepting the chief of police position recently with the city of Fargo. During his tenure in Beloit, he led major organizational change within the department and its community that positively affected leadership and culture, strengthened community relations, and saw the integration of progressive technology and best practices while making Beloit a safer city. Zablowski began his career with the Milwaukee Police Department, where he served 27 years, working his way up the ranks and retiring at the rank of captain in 2011. He held a variety of patrol positions, investigative, and specialty unit commands. From 2011 to 2015, David Zablowski served as the deputy administrator for Wisconsin's Division of Law Enforcement Services. Zablowski had operational responsibility of a statewide division that included training and standards for law enforcement. Zablowski is a graduate of Northwestern School of Police Staff and Command, Police Executive Research Forum, Senior Management Institute for Police, and is an International Association of Chiefs of Police, nationally certified leadership and police organization instructor. He holds a Master's of Science in Organizational Management and Leadership from Springfield College. In 2020, he was appointed vice chair of the International Association of Chiefs of Police Midsize Agency Division and also serves on several community boards.
Did you bring the chief up to the lectern there?
Yep. Chief Zablowski.
I'll have you take the lecture. What we're first going to do is give him the oath of office. I'll have you stand by the mic, Chief, if you wouldn't mind, just so the crowd can hear you. This is the law enforcement oath of honor. Raise your right hand, please. On my honor,
On my honor,
I solemnly swear
I solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the laws of the state of North Dakota,
the laws of the state of North Dakota,
and the city of Fargo,
and the city of Fargo,
I will always have the courage
I will always have the courage
to hold myself and others
to hold myself and others
accountable for our actions.
accountable for our actions.
I will keep my private life unsullied.
I will keep my private life unsullied.
I will never betray my badge,
I will never betray my badge,
my integrity,
integrity,
my character,
my character,
or the public trust in my position as a Fargo police officer.
or the public trust in my position as a Fargo police officer.
We'd ask you to sign your oath at the table, please. Sue, I'll have you come up. When you become a chief, it takes longer to pin on the pin. Now, Chief, we'll allow you to address the audience and your new voters and residents, City of Fargo.
Thank you, sir. First, my thanks to the mayor, city commission, members of the chief selection committee, members of the Fargo Police Department, and our community here in Fargo for placing their faith and trust in my leadership. These are important and stressful times for our community, our officers, and our elected officials. Although my exposure has been limited to this point, I'm extremely impressed with the level of commitment and dedication I have witnessed from both our community and the department. Like many in a position like this, many of our law enforcement officers, people at this type of a leadership level, we didn't get here on our own. And I'd like to thank and recognize my wife Sue, our daughters and family, as well as my many friends and colleagues who over the years have helped mentor, guide, and develop me into the leader that I am today. Without all of them, and without their continuing support and pseudo-advisorship, I probably wouldn't be here. So I want to recognize and thank all of them for that. And many of them are watching remotely tonight as a result of our current situation, so I want to make sure that they're recognized. As far as our police department, I'd like to thank the men and women of the Fargo Police Department, both sworn and civilian, for the service that they provide every day to our Fargo community. I look forward to working with all of you as we transform the Fargo Police Department from a very good department to a great department. In short, a high-performing team of law enforcement professionals. To that end, our first task will be to collectively establish a bona fide vision, mission, and set of core values that will clearly identify who we are as a department, how we perform our law enforcement duties, and how we hold ourselves accountable to each other and the public. From there, with your input, we'll critically analyze and evaluate all areas of the department, from staff schedules to operational improvements, as we seek to create a learning organization that draws diverse, competent, and character-driven individuals to its ranks while growing trust and legitimacy with our community. I appreciate your resiliency and fortitude as our department and law enforcement nationally navigate significant environmental change and stress during very tumultuous times. And always remember that as long as you are doing the right things for the right reasons, you have my full support and advocacy. Also remember that if you fail to perform a ministerial duty or are involved in malicious conduct, that you will be held accountable. Never forget that what you do every day is significant, valued, and respected. Thanks for all your efforts, past and present, as we continue to enhance our effectiveness and efficiency in service to our community. And to our community, I want to recognize you're outstanding, and I want to thank them for the warm welcome and level of cooperation I've received thus far. And even though I've just started today, yes, I have heard from several community members over the past several weeks, and that's great. There's a lot of involved, committed individuals here, I understand the community members want to feel safe in their neighborhoods and public spaces. They want Fargo to be recognized as a beautiful and promising community it is. They want to be proud of their community. They expect professional, fair, respectful, and competent service from their officers, and in some areas, they want to be involved. Under my tenure, we'll ensure that this gets accomplished. Sir Robert Peel, the first commissioner of the London Metropolitan Police Service, commonly referred to as the father of modern-day law enforcement, espoused 9 principles of ethical policing that are as relevant now as they were in 1829 when he first posted them. The 7th principle states that to maintain at all times a relationship with the public that gives reality to the historic tradition that the police are the public and the public are the police. The police being only members of the public who are paid to give full-time attention to duties which are incumbent on every citizen in the interest of community welfare and existence. In short, public safety is a team sport, and our community must be part of the team. The trust, support, and cooperation of our community is critical to reducing crime, fear, and disorder in all of our neighborhoods. This is a continual task that we should not and will not take for granted. To that end, the Fargo Police Department will continue to proactively engage our community members in positive, non-enforcement scenarios as part of our overall community policing strategy. We commit to enhancing relationships with all of our diverse community members and business owners while increasing opportunities for involvement. Further, we commit to reducing crime, fear, and disorder through a neighborhood-based, problem-oriented, and intelligence-led approach. From my perspective, and I hope for many of yours, the future of Fargo is extremely bright and promising. I'm extremely honored to have been chosen to lead this department and serve this community. I look forward to our future successes as we create a Fargo that is not only the safest city in North Dakota and the region, but is served by the best equipped, best trained, best led, and most committed public servants and guardians. Thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to working with all of you.
Do you have a video, Ty? Later, okay. At this time, as tradition of the police force, the policemen in the room will congratulate the new chief. If you kindly stand, and Chief, if you'd come back up here in front so they could elbow you on the way out. But we normally have a force of 170, 180 policemen, police support, and we've cut down the numbers so the public could get in at the meeting. So kindly, if you do that, you will recognize many of our police officers as they go by. And Ross Renner reluctantly gave up his role as interim chief and is happy to hand the reins over to Chief Zabrowski. They will have a formal meeting in the chief headquarters later. Thank you very much.